Coming up on Play to Win, the Falcons found the end zone 4 times against the Panthers last week. Have they finally solved their red zone issues? And can the Dogs defense shut down Missouri's potent offense? We'll have that and more on the fastest 30 minutes on TV, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Georgia Lottery and McDonald's. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, player medical and injury reports with Dr. Sadiq El Amin, Falcons All-Pro running back Jamal Anderson, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to football's Play to Win. I'm here with my guys, Bob Whitfield, Jamal Anderson, Chuck Smith. It is a good morning. You know what we're right around the corner from? Falcons and Saints. It's always been a nasty rivalry. Yeah, it's hate week.
Hate week. Yes.
Okay, but why?
Well, because I'll tell you why. Number one, the rivalry is real. Because cats really, from the time I was a child, no one around here liked the Saints. So I grew up not liking the Saints, and I get a chance to play with the Falcons. So in 1992, I remember Deion Sanders coming in the Dome down in New Orleans, and the Saints absolutely hating when he made his comeback. So I inherited the rivalry, but when I played, I absolutely did not like the Saints. To this day, I have a little bit of football hate for the Saints.
I think all you guys together, y'all, that football hate, what, like 40 times you guys have played the Saints
18,
collectively?
10,
yeah.
A plethora.
Yeah, so many games against them, and what you have now is this NFC South rivalry getting big time because close geography between the teams. And now Carolina, Tampa, so now it's getting more and more hostile, and then you see them twice a year, so Atlanta fans, that dome is going to be mixed because there's a lot of New Orleans people that live in Atlanta now.
That'd be straight hate.
They're going to be wearing the bags, whatever, gumbo. So that dome's going to be rocking.
I agree with what Bob said, like the geography, but remember, we started in the NFC West. We had to go to San Francisco. We had to go to St. Louis. So the Saints were really the closest regional team to really hate on, and that's what really got us started. Now, social media, y'all done turned this thing to another level, baby.
Is real. Well, our Dogs are heading on the road out to Missouri, and some people are thinking this could be a trick game for them. I mean, starting off, you've got an 11 a.m. local kickoff for the Dogs. Do you guys think this will be a trap?
Early there. I'm still trying to digest my breakfast.
I don't either.
I don't think so. Now, remember, this team is prepared. Now, remember, they've done mat drills. That's what Georgia does in the spring. They get up at 5 in the morning. So I don't think this has anything to do with it. I just think Georgia will be prepared, and the Missouri better be ready to play some ball.
I just see a football team really with a singular focus to exert their will week in and week out on both sides of the ball.
Definitely. Drew Lock, though, is going to be competitive. So
Today's hometown team report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
Well, it's not game day without Mellow Mushroom. I mean, maybe it is, but no one wants to watch the game with you if you don't have it.
Right. My kids love Mellow Mushroom. Chucky and Maddox love them some Mellow Mushroom. That's the real.
Wait, what do you have? What's in front of you, Chuck?
All right, right here is the small package. It comes with two.
That's small?
That's the small package. You get 2 pizzas and you get some chicken wings.
What do you guys have?
This is the large package. And remember, both of these are only available online, but you get the large pepperoni pizza, large cheese pizza, and also wings.
As you can see.
And they're delicious. Everything is delicious.
Wait, but do we have to share with this guy? Mel?
What's up, Mel?
Mel?
Thanks, Mel.
Mel, he's always hungry, too. He's always rolling up in here. Guys, make sure you take a picture of your spread, put it out there on social media using hashtag #BringTheMellow. Big games coming up in the SEC and ACC, and we'll break them down for you coming up next on Play to Win.
Fuel your football. Come to Mellow Mushroom for craft brews, fresh cocktails, and stone-baked pizzas. Or mellow at your own home gate. Tailgating? No matter who wins, it's always mellow for the win. Fuel your football with Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers.
Athletes of all levels experience more wear and tear than most. Stop playing through the pain. Get the proper medical attention you need from Dr. Elamine and the staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Our team includes specialists in many fields offering compassionate care and advanced treatments that will get you back in the game. From weekend warriors to athletes of all levels, we've got your back and shoulder and ankle and knee. Call today for an appointment or visit theshouldernation.com.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by Nissan.
Welcome back to Play to Win. I think it's safe to say the biggest game today in the SEC, Alabama, Texas A&M. How is it even possible that Alabama continues to get better? Do we need to start a prayer chain for A&M? I mean, I'm nervous for them.
Well, first thing you got to do with Alabama, you got to come in there confident. Most of the teams are defeated versus Alabama before they even walk in the stadium. This Bama team, they're electric right now. I mean, they're beating everybody with about, 47 points, and they're not beating people, they're destroying them. And it's really humbling to watch teams get so beat down by a team that they're college athletes also.
Yeah, and I hate to go back to this kind of thing because it's not a knock on Jalen Hurts, but it was always like, what is Alabama going to be, what are they going to look like with an elite quarterback? Well, here we are. Okay.
Are we saying Jalen Hurts wasn't elite?
I'm not saying Jalen Hurts wasn't elite. He was a good leader. He just didn't do everything. You didn't see every facet of what Alabama was capable of.
Sound like he just said he wasn't elite,
Yeah.
you know? And what you have
Like one interception.
It's an elite head coach, Jimbo Fisher, is trying to change this program for Texas A&M, and he's trying to change his long-term stature as a top ACC guy to an SEC guy, going against the best in the SEC.
Mississippi State, Kentucky. Are people sleeping on Kentucky a little bit?
Well, I think Kentucky folks think this is going to be a special year for them, but Mississippi State's a team that's on the rise. I'm going to tell you, the front they got the best defensive line, I believe, in the SEC.
That's bold.
Montez Sweat, when you watch this cat, he's going to be a first rounder in the NFL. I think Mississippi State has a great chance to go up in Kentucky and knock them off in Lexington.
Listen, last year, Kentucky went up there and got destroyed by Mississippi State. Beanie Snell and the boys from UK have a different energy since beating Florida. The program is on the ascension. I think this should be a team that should be in the top 25, but you got 14 coming to town, and they're looking for revenge, so I think it's going to be a fantastic game.
Beating Florida, like beating Florida is like beating Alabama or something.
But when you look at a program who hadn't done it down there for 35 years, these are the milestones that matter in taking your program to the next level.
All right.
Louisiana Tech, LSU. Some people would say LSU is one of the biggest surprises out there right now. They've already beat 2 top 10 teams, Miami, Auburn. What do you guys think?
Well, you hope this week is a kind of like a relaxation week, that they can get their starters in and run up the score early so that they can rest those guys, because if you look at the rest of that schedule, it's going to be tough for LSU down the stretch.
Yeah, we're coming into last week. We talked about this. This is one of those schools who have 5 stars, tremendous players. Look at the last 5 years, what they put out. I keep saying this, and you wanted to see what they were going to do when they had to go on the road in Auburn. LSU answered that test, and they look. You're not looking ahead, Chuck, but they know what big stuff's
pump
coming.
the brakes, Playboy.
No, I mean, they're good.
Listen, man, they knocked off a Miami team that
Auburn.
maybe they knocked off Auburn.
That's okay. They beat Miami down.
Okay, but the point is, it's all about the long haul. Everybody's making these proclamations. Ed Ogeron for Coach of the Year. Yeah, I like LSU. Nice 2 wins, but at the end of the day, slow it down. They're not national champs yet, but they got a tough schedule coming up.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery.
Clemson is headed to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. If there is such a thing, what is Georgia Tech's strategy to pull off an upset?
All right, first you're gonna go down to Hartsfield-Jackson. You're gonna go and look where the electricity is. You can go to the tower and try to detour the plane and send it maybe to, I don't know, Tuscaloosa somewhere. Well, I'm sorry. Well, maybe anyway. But.
Okay, something important could come out of this though. We got a quarterback battle. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, Kelly Bryant. Clemson could use this as an opportunity to figure out this quarterback situation.
I think the Georgia Tech Rambling Wreck has decided on a fashion statement to beat the Clemson Tigers. And what they're doing is they're going to a flashback time when Marco Coleman, back in 1990, beat Clemson Tigers, and they're wearing that 1990 national championship Georgia Tech uniform. So if you're going to beat Clemson Tigers, Go back to when you were champions.
Yep.
And that's how you're going to beat them.
Or
get a DeLorean and go back.
That
okay?
works. Or make sure that all the bus companies do not have tires to transport them to the stadium. No. You know what, man? And this would have been such a different game if you go back a couple weeks and look at USF and then the struggles last week against Pittsburgh. So no doubt Georgia Tech is in a difficult situation against a powerhouse program coming.
Well, guys, we know that the young UGA defense looked great last week, but they're going to be put to another test today against Missouri. We're going to break it all down for you coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
We've developed a cheat code for the city. The upgraded 2018 Nissan Rogue Sport. With standard technologies like automatic emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, and more. Beat the city at its own game. Experience Rogue Sport at your local Nissan store.
Save up to $4,780 on Rogue, or save up to $10,687 on select models.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
We are the TV doctors of America, and we may not know much about medicine, but we know a lot about drama.
From scandalous romance
to ridiculous plot twists.
Son?
Dad. We also know you can avoid drama by getting an annual checkup.
So we're partnering with Cigna to remind you to go see a real doctor.
Go, know, and take control of your health.
It could save your life.
Doctor poses.
Dad.
Cigna, together, all the way.
Jack! Hey, Jack! Quick question for you.
No, mate, there's no actual beans in the beanstalk. It's just a name.
It's not that, it's that. Doesn't the giant normally say fee, fi, fo, fum?
Oh, right. I guess he decided to
get rid of fees. Unlike cable providers, AT&T Fiber, the price you see is the price you pay. $40 a month for 300 megabits per second internet. No extra monthly fees. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue and Seafood.
Welcome back to Football's Play to Win, and welcome back, Jeffrey, the Ed Schechter. Where you been?
Working, doing things,
I know.
Studying the point spreads.
He's always like, I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Listen, when we talk about things, though, that are the truth, let's talk about UGA. Is it finally safe to say UGA is the truth?
I mean, they have to say the truth or we all be lying, because what we expect is a lot of victories for this team. They gave us a tease of how a national championship team can be developed, and now we expect it every year. They got new facilities. They got new 5-star recruits coming in left and right. They sit left tackle down and bring a 5-star rookie left tackle, freshman Cade Mays to start. Georgia better win, or we all going to be at the church choir crying and wilting to the Lord.
Georgia's a national powerhouse, and they're number 2 in the country. They deserve to be there, and this is a powerful program.
It's a powerful program, yes, but you know, today is not Middle Tennessee. Today is Missouri. That's going to be a real test. Drew Lock, he's not exactly a bad quarterback.
Well, I think Drew Lock is what you look for when you look at a quarterback. Big, strong, can throw the ball, but it's going to be interesting. Georgia's the first time they go in, really are playing a team that has some guys that can match up with them. So it's going to be interesting to see how Missouri matches up, but it's going to be really interesting to me see how Georgia comes out, because the last couple of games they started fast, and I'm expecting them to do the same.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. Drew Lock comes back for games like this in his senior year for Missouri. He's a guy people are looking at as a draftable quarterback. But the biggest thing about UGA, and Bob was talking about and Chuck alluded to, what they've done so well is on both sides of the ball. Not just offensively, but defensively. They got some guys who hunt, who are physical, who attack. And then the running backs? What?
Elijah Holyfield.
It's a different star every week. I talked about it last week. It's a guy built like his father, out there throwing stiff arms like they right jabs. So, I mean, it's every week. It could be a different star in that backfield that's loaded for UGA.
And they don't turn the ball over.
How about Elijah Holyfield? Let's dig into this O-line a little bit for Georgia.
Well, Holyfield, one of them. Swift is one of them. You have a veteran group of guys, except for Cade Mays, who might start for an injured Thomas. And those guys play well together. They establish that run. They do an excellent job in trying to keep the quarterback upright. So anybody that's behind that group, I expect them to excel.
Well, I think Georgia has an interesting matchup. Terry Beckner Jr., who plays for Missouri, one of the top defensive tackles in the league. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Georgia's offensive line, to me, they haven't been tested. So it's going to be really important for Georgia to establish themselves to stop this kid, because this kid's the truth.
Well, Jeffrey, let's get your pick. What'd you go last week?
6-1.
No big deal. 6-1. How do you see this game?
Well, Missouri struggled with a mediocre Purdue team last week at home. The 14.5 is a lot of points. This is one of these if you must games. If you must, take the 14.5, and maybe Missouri can hang around.
If you must. You are the expert, Jeffrey, and what you say is gold. Now it's time for you guys to be the expert. Head over to our Play to Win website. It's time to play You Be the Expert by Ippolito's. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be #1 against all the competition by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back every week and prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting this week's college and NFL games. Ippolito's, a great neighborhood Italian restaurant. Last week, the Falcons scored 31 on the Panthers. How did they break through those red zone woes? And can they keep it going against the Saints? We'll break it down for you coming up on Football's Play to Win.
This is it. Barbecue and Seafood presents Healthy Tuesdays. Get 3 veggies absolutely free. Your choice of fresh collard greens, cabbage, green beans, cream corn, free candy yams, black-eyed peas, steamed broccoli, free macaroni and cheese, and so much more. And don't forget the cornbread. Get 3 veggies when you purchase 4. Healthy Tuesdays only at This Is It Barbecue and Seafood. Eat more veggies. Limited time offer.
It's Nissan's Take Home a Titan Truck Month. The best time to take home big savings on our full lineup of tech-filled Titan trucks with V8 standard and best-in-class standard horsepower and torque. All backed by America's best truck warranty. Get to Nissan's Take Home a Titan Truck Month and take home big savings. Save up to $10,687 on Titan or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models. Hurry, truck month ends soon.
Fuel your football. Come to Mellow Mushroom for craft brews, fresh cocktails, and stone-baked pizzas. Or mellow at your own home gate. Tailgating? No matter who wins, it's always mellow for the win. Fuel your football with Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers.
Today's show is being brought to you by Nissan and This Is It Barbecue. Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by McDonald's.
Welcome back to Football's Play to Win. Obviously, a lot to talk about when it comes to the Falcons and the Saints. We just expect the unexpected. What are we saying we're expecting when it comes to Drew Brees versus Falcons defense?
Well, I think you're looking at excellence. I mean, Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. I think you got a guy that he can make the throws, and it's the Falcons know if they don't get pressure on him, which is the most important part, is going to be the defensive tackles of the Falcons. Grady Jarrett, those guys getting pushed up the middle, because Drew Brees is only about 5'5". Well, 5'10".
Come on.
But, you know, blocking passes and just disrupting his rhythm is going to be huge for the Falcons.
And on the flip side, Bob,
yeah, that
Matt Ryan.
That Saints D is going to have their hands full with Matt Ryan. But Cameron Jordan is that defensive end that has been wreaking havoc, and he's had some success against the Falcons. He plays the run well, and he also rushes the passer. Had 2 sacks last week. And they also just have a nice secondary, but they have linebacker by committee. Manti Te'o and those boys, we don't know who's going to be in, who's going to be out, so they might have a lot of new guys at linebacker.
And what's going on with this Tevin Coleman, Ito Smith situation?
Well, obviously, Devontae Freeman is out, so he's out for a couple of weeks. So Tevin Coleman stepped up, had his first 100-yard game, actually the first 100-yard game against in 22 games against Carolina Panthers last week. Love to see what he did. He made great reads. Ito Smith came in, taking that secondary role, and did a nice job. And this is going to be the 1-2 punch where you had Freeman and Coleman. Now it's going to be Coleman and Ito. And I love the way that they're starting to move it around. That's one thing that made me nervous about Sark. There was an entire package, I believe, that disappeared that we are now seeing again. And look at what's happening with the offense.
And on the flip side, over on the Saints, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I don't really like to compare running backs too much, but this guy is the closest thing I've seen since Marshall Faulk. He's so fluid. He's so smooth. The way he cuts, the way he leans in the holes. He runs physical, and he is so dangerous in the open field. He is definitely going to be a guy the Falcons are going to have to contain.
Well, no doubt the Bucs have been quite the surprise, really explosive. Let's talk now about the Bucs Steelers. Jeffrey, what do you think about this game?
Well, 2-0 Bucs. When's the last time you heard that? You can see 0-1-1 Steelers. These are two teams headed in different directions. Bucs look great. Fitzpatrick has a cannon for an arm. He's got Deshaun Jackson, which has a ton of speed. Pittsburgh has absolutely no defense. Kansas City scored anytime they wanted last week. My opinion is the Steelers will be fighting Cleveland for last place this year.
I believe Pittsburgh, when the season is said and done, they're going to have a better record than Tampa. I believe that.
I agree that the Bucs are playing well on both sides of the ball. And I also agree with Deshaun Jackson that unless something happens dramatically in his play, Fitzmagic needs to be the guy there right now.
Oh, I second that, third that, and all that. But when Jameis Winston's come back, that's when you have to see who's going to quarterback that Bucs team.
Jameis ain't getting the quarterback no time.
I don't see it either.
He ain't coming back.
Especially not with what's going on.
Well, let's take it back to Falcons and Saints. Jeffrey, while we have you here, why don't you go ahead and pick that game for us? What do you think?
Well, you guys aren't going to like it. I don't think the Falcon defense is that good. I like the Saints with the 3 points. I think they're going to get their offense going and score a lot of points. Take the Saints.
Why you don't think we ain't going to like it?
The opinion's made. Well, only Jeffrey's.
Man, I don't like it when you're back, Jeffrey. That was mean. Tell us how you really feel.
Go somewhere with that.
Guys, stick with us when we come back. We'll have our NFL Player Medical Report on football's Play to Win.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith. Or this John Smith. Or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
This is it. Barbecue and Seafood presents Healthy Tuesdays. Get 3 veggies absolutely free. Your choice of fresh collard greens, cabbage, green beans, cream corn, free candy yams, black-eyed peas, steamed broccoli, free macaroni and cheese, and so much more. And don't forget the cornbread. Get 3 veggies when you purchase 4. Healthy Tuesdays only at This Is It Barbecue and Seafood. Eat more veggies. Limited time offer.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they did, they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Today's Player, Medical, and Injury Report is being brought to you by the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute.
Welcome back to football's Play to Win. I'm here with Dr. Elamine. It's now time for our NFL Player Medical Report. I am so excited because for the first time ever, we get to start out with some good news. Carson Wentz is finally going to play.
That's right, actually, and we called this, right? As you know.
You called this.
I know. Carson Wentz had an ACL tear, that it was repaired, and they said he would get back in about 9 months. He's right on schedule, week 3, so he should play today, but he should have some mobility issues.
Yeah, we're going to change your name to Miss Cleo. Call me for your fortune, baby. What about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron
what are we
Rodgers,
doing now?
that's right. Remember, he played last week. You know, they got the tie, had some knee injuries. He's actually talked about his knee worsening if he continues to play. So watching this week, he should play, but he's going to have a lot of mobility issues.
It's nice, though, that he's addressing that, and he's not trying to push it. What about Case Keenum? We got a knee injury?
Another injury, right? The quarterback from the Denver Broncos, again, has a bone bruise, knee injury. He should play. Didn't practice much this week. And hopefully, but he's going to have some mobility issues as well in the pocket.
Should Falcons fans be worried about Julio Jones?
Absolutely. As you know, he has a calf injury. Pretty much grade 1, grade 2 strain. Not too bad, but this should actually affect his ability to cut and run. So hopefully he should play, but he had limited practice this week.
Fitzgerald.
Hamstring injury.
Ouch.
He left the game from the Cardinals. They say he may play, but he's a veteran, so hopefully he'll get it together. But don't imagine him to go down the field and catch long passes this week.
Sean McCoy,
rib bruise, hurt his chest, went out the second half. So hopefully didn't practice much this week. I hope he can play, but if not, the Bills definitely going to need him.
One more, Marcus Mariota.
That's right. As you know, still complaining of numbness. That
surprise you?
Didn't play. Well, it is because, we thought he was going to do well. He said he was doing well, didn't practice much. But if he can't feel the ball or if he's got numbness in his fingers, he can't be accurate, and that's a big issue.
It's a big issue. My goodness, a lot of key players down. All right, guys, when we come back, it's the time we've all been waiting for. It's our lightning round with Jeffrey, the Ed Schechter, and his picks. Stay with us on Football's Play to Win.
Athletes of all levels experience more wear and tear than most. Stop playing through the pain. Get the proper medical attention you need from Dr. Elamine and the staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Our team includes specialists in many fields offering compassionate care and advanced treatments that will get you back in the game. From weekend warriors to athletes of all levels, we've got your back and shoulder and ankle and knee. Call today for an appointment or visit theshouldernation.com.
Fuel your football. Come to Mellow Mushroom for craft brews, fresh cocktails, and stone-baked pizzas. Or mellow at your own home gate. Tailgating? No matter who wins, it's always mellow for the win. Fuel your football with Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers.
It's Nissan's Take Home a Titan Truck Month. The best time to take home big savings on our full lineup of tech-filled Titan trucks with V8 standard and best-in-class standard horsepower and torque. All backed by America's best truck warranty. Get to Nissan's Take Home a Titan Truck Month and take home big savings. Save up to $10,687 on Titan or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models. Hurry, truck month ends soon.
Welcome back. It's time now, finally, for our lightning round with Jeffrey, the Ed Schechter's picks. Jeffrey, how do you see it all?
Maryland was undefeated, looking great. They played Temple last week. It was mediocre. Temple beat their brains in. Take the Gophers, which is a good team, plus 1.5. Vandy went down to the wire in Notre Dame last week, and I think with the 2.5 points at home, they could beat South Carolina. Take Vandy. I think Oregon's got too much speed for Stanford. They're a good home dog. Take the Ducks with the 2 points. Ouch. Cincinnati, under the radar. That's the team to beat in the NFL. 3-point dog, that's a gift against Carolina. Cincinnati should blow them out. Take the 3. I like Indy against Philly. Indianapolis looks like a good team. Luck is back. Take the 6.5. And we're back to that. We got a Monday night special. And I got to like that home dog, Tampa, over a lousy Pittsburgh team. Take the 1.5.
Lousy, brains beaten in, fired up.
Steelers are going to win.
What are you fired up about?
And Stanford.
What are you fired up about?
I'm fired up about Alabama. I'm fired up about Alabama because the point is they got a dynasty right now, but there's only one program right now that can save the rest of the SEC. That's those boys down in Athens and Bulldogs.
Absolutely. We never have enough time on this show, guys. Make sure you are following us all on social media because, as we know, the conversation continues all week long. Until next week, we will see you all next time on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, Mellow Mushroom, and Atlanta Peach Movers.